в России. Франсин Вилла родилась в Москве, но семья решила вернуться в Америку в поисках лучшей жизни для девочки. И вот Франсин выросла и повторила ошибку своей родни. И даже снялась в пропагандистских фильмах Russia Today о свободной России.
Лига свободных наций. Подпишись на канал, сделай шаг навстречу свободе народов.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, just another brown girl in America. As you can see right over there, right there. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, hit a comment, do all that good stuff for me. Get this video moving in the algorithm. I got a story for y'all today. Oh my God. I don't know if you all have heard, but I got a story for y'all today. So listen. There's a lady named Francine Villa. She lived here in America. She moved to Russia, well, back to Russia, but I believe she lived here pretty much all her life. In 2019, now we all know what was happening around 2019, the whole BLM thing, just all the heightened race politics and just the chaos. And we all know how Black people were feeling. They were very heightened in a heightened situation that the media, of course, portrayed. So let's just get right down to it. So Francine Villa left America because she said she encountered, I guess, an incident, or not even an incident, with the cops. And then just decided to move to Russia, which y'all won't believe what happened when she got to Russia. So we're going to get right on into it. But, and don't forget, let me know if y'all heard about this story. Let me know if you know more information about her. Let me know whatever. If you agree what happened, if you think this was racism, because that's going to be my question. Was this racism? Because I found someone that slightly translated, and we'll get to that later. So stick around, watch the video to the end, please. Just stick around with me. But after initially she was, she was cool, she was feeling good or whatever. But apparently when she got to Russia, Russia's not all it's cracked up to be. So without further ado, let's get into this news story about the New York Post, I believe, that is showing the little headline, and then a couple more videos.
A Black woman who moved from the U.S. to Russia to escape discrimination and racism revealed on social media that the entire plan backfired on her in a disturbing way. Francine Villa was born in Russia but moved to the U.S. with her family when she was a kid. In a heartbreaking video, Francine claims that both she and her baby were brutally attacked by racist neighbors in Moscow. She detailed the alleged assault on Instagram. Now, the fact that the attack occurred in her homeland is an extra painful blow. Villa had previously spoken about her move in the 2020 documentary Back in the USSR, which aired on the Russian state media channel RT. Villa said that her great-grandfather George Tynes, who hails from Virginia, worked as an agriculturalist after moving to the Soviet Union in the 1930s. Now, much of her family still lives there, but at a young age, she moved with her mother to the United States. It was there that she spent most of her life until experiencing what she described as a traumatizing experience with police. Villa explained in the documentary that she'd approached officers for help during an emergency, but that they turned on her instead, throwing her to the ground. It was then that she decided it was time to leave.
So that's the part I'm confused about, right? So now let's just be 100. We all know how people of the melanin can be when it comes to the police. She said that she called for help with a situation, but then, she didn't even really give context. She just said they turned on me. What does that mean? because we all know that Black people have this idea that the cops are after them. So I'm not saying she didn't legitimately feel like this, but why did she feel like this? Or was it legitimate? She never said what happened. All she said is they threw her to the ground. Was you being combative? Was you yelling? Like, what was happening? I want more of this. I want to know more of what happened here. Like, what made, I want to know about that. Like, I couldn't find nothing. So let's continue.
Back in 2019. Here is how she explained it. Quote, "Why did I make up my mind to move to Russia? I wanted to leave a country where I was facing discrimination. After a year living in Moscow, she told RT, quote, I feel free living in Russia because in Russia, no matter what time it is, I can walk outside and I'm safe." 5 years later, that proved to be a fantasy. Following the alleged attack, Villa took to Instagram with blood still on her face, saying a couple in her apartment building beat her with fists while she was with her 2-year-old and yelled racial slurs at her in Russian. In edited footage shared by Villa of the incident, the couple can be seen arguing with her in the hallway of her building, threatening to throw out her belongings while she was seemingly blocked from entering her own apartment.
Вы в России давно живете?
А у вас прописка есть здесь? Дай мне войти в мою квартиру. Прописка есть?
Почему вы ко мне на «ты»?
So my other question is, how did they have access to her clothes? Like, why are you, so are they the landlords? Or are they the, I don't know, like, why do they have access to your clothes?
Я не могу выйти и входить в свою квартиру. Напугает моего ребенка.
Кого? Он пуганный плачет, бедняжка, да, зайка? Ты плачешь, да? Плачешь, зайка?
Now, she accuses her neighbors of changing the locks, cutting off the electricity, and even tossing her baby's stroller.
So are they the landlords? How are they able to do, like, how do they have access to all of this? What's going on?
Down the stairs. She also claims her child was left with bruises following the incident. In footage taken from a hospital, Villa can be seen weeping in distress in the aftermath of this alleged attack. She says she's filed complaints to the police but claims they aren't helping or responding.
I guess grass ain't so greener on the other side, because the police would have came. They messed her up, whatever happened. Now, a little backstory. So you heard them saying about her grandfather. That's how her descendants got to Russia. So back in, basically the summary of the backstory is her grandfather and a few other Blacks. Now, allegedly, I've heard some say they turned out to be communists, but nevertheless, they went to Russia. Apparently it was like a Blaxit, where a bunch of African Americans moved to Russia. He was working there for agricultural reasons, but he has a book out called The Black on Red Story. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, The Black on Red Story, my 44 years in the USSR. So if you want to go look that book up, it's probably a good read. You can go do that. But he moved back there, but apparently he was held under his will. He wanted to leave and he couldn't. And then, you know, that's kind of how they got there and had children, all that kind of stuff. But she ended up moving to America. So she'd been here since she was little. Now, when she got there, she helped Russia make a propaganda film. And I found it on TikTok. Now it's in Russian. But so it's in Russian, and it's basically saying that how wonderful Russia is to Black people. It's got a bunch of depictions. So if you kind of just look at it, you can see the context of what's happening. All these racial images of America, these bad images of America, racist America. And she did it. So she was involved in that too. So she helped them do that. So I want y'all to take a look at this and let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button.
Франсин – праправнучка афроамериканца Джорджа Тайнса. Тот под действием коммунистической пропаганды переехал из США в СССР, чтобы спастись от...
Hold on, I'm gonna make myself go away so y'all can see this.
В 30-х годах была целая волна афроамериканцев, которые приезжали в СССР. Как им казалось, в самую прогрессивную страну в мире. Но реальность оказалась жестокой. Советское общество их не приняло. Например, Роберт Робинсон – афроамериканец, который жил в СССР целых 44 года, сбежал, а потом написал книгу «Черный о красных». Там он рассказывал во всех подробностях о тотальном расизме, ксенофобии и невежестве, которые царят в России. Франсин Вилла родилась в Москве, но семья решила вернуться в Америку в поисках лучшей жизни для девочки. И вот Франсин выросла и повторила ошибку своей родни. И даже снялась в пропагандистских фильмах Russia Today о свободной России.
Лига свободных наций. Подпишись на канал, сделай шаг навстречу свободе народов.
So, yeah. So you've seen that. So that was I guess, one of the propaganda films. Where's my documents? So was that her final straw when she was leaving America, the whole thing with the police? Because like I said, it is heightened racial tensions. And the view of this context with Black people and the systematic racism idea. Now, I'm not saying racism is not a thing, and I also know racism comes from both ends, but I mean, proportionately, what the rhetoric that's spewed is not the data and the facts when it comes to that situation, when it comes to that. So here, I did find, I think it's like a little longer video, and I want y'all to see this because that was the New York Post. You might get a little bit more context, but I do have a translator on my next clip. Stick around for that, and then it'll help us maybe determine, was this a racist attack or was this, now she did say black ass. Then she said mad. She probably is mad that she don't want her there. I don't know. You will never know. But my point is, you did all of this to go there, and now that's messed up. And I hate that happened, but we got to get out of this, oh, America's bad, I'm leaving. Like, you're not going to go nowhere else and have the freedoms and the acceptance that you have here. So let's take a look at this next clip of Francine, because poor thing, they didn't get a number on her.
Кричат соседи постоянно на меня. Сегодня напал мне прям кулаком. С ребенком прям кулаком в лицо.
I feel free living in Russia because in Russia, no matter what time it is, I can walk outside and I'm safe.
Вы пугаете моего ребенка. Вы пугаете моего ребенка. Я не могу выйти и входить в свои.
So if y'all can't see that, they say neighbors radically attacked me and 2-year-old baby. She did have a baby in her hand, and they are very aggressive. Repeatedly, police doesn't react to us. Baby and I have bruises, medically reported. Police still quiet. I think that say help, please.
Квартиру. Напугает моего ребенка.
Кого? Он пуганный, плачет, бедняжка. Да, зайка, ты плачешь, да? Плачешь, зайка?
Напали на меня жена и муж. Это взрослый, большой мужчина и большая женщина. Прям напал меня, я тебя уничтожу. Черно-шелковая, прям мне слова говорят плохие. Замки меняет, свет мой отключает. Коляску выбрасывают на лестницу. Это наш дверь.
Моя дверь. Что же, охренел?
Хватит снимать нас.
Сколько это можно? Теперь мне прям страшно уже. Я не могу там даже жить.
Every day is a reality show. Нашим я с моим малышом что-то новое изучаем, что-то новое делаем. Я рада, что я здесь. И все помогают. Все русские помогают мне.
So it's still clipped up though. Now, I don't know why, but I'm assuming her video, not from the New York Post or the propaganda film, but her video she posted. I'm not absolutely sure because in my next video, now I don't know the Great America. I think it's the Great American Escape is what this YouTuber did a story on. And if you want to go check them out, I'm going to drop a link in the description. You can see their full video if you into anime and all that. I'm not, but in researching this, I did find this and I listened to it. And there she did call her friend who speaks Russian to kind of translate what's actually going on. Now, in the video they have, is actually more detail of what happened. So pay attention to this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments so far. And here we go with the anime video.
Me and I'll watch it through you.
All right, we'll double stream. Give my Discord a second. It runs really slow when I'm streaming.
It's alright.
Okay, hopefully this is showing up.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, and hopefully it's loud enough for you.
Yeah.
Watch again.
Кричат соседи постоянно на меня. Сегодня напал мне прям кулаком. С ребенком прям кулаком в лицо.
Значит, вы в России давно живете?
А у вас прописка есть здесь?
Дай мне войти на квартиру.
Прописка есть?
Дай мне, нет, я легально здесь живу, как твоя. Дай мне войти в эту квартиру.
Okay, pause. Right now, all the context I'm getting is that these people are pissed and asking if she's legally in Russia and that she lives here. And her response is that, yes, I'm here legally just like you and everybody else.
What is the irony of that? You can't go to no other country and people just, now I'm not saying that's right, how they did it, but I'm just saying if we thinking about the thought process of how people over here in America fight so hard for the illegals to be here, like we just got open borders and everything. You go to Russia and any other country, people want to know, do you have papers? Now they asking her that, probably yes, in a racist context, because she is a black woman in Russia. I don't know how common that is, but obviously they probably don't like it. I don't know. But I don't know why they asked her that.
That's all I've gotten so far.
Yeah, apparently she's lived there since like 1987 or something. Like she's been there for ages, but like she's come back to the US and like she moved back there in 2019 for the propaganda thingy. So that's kind of funny. She's getting the unfortunate go back to where you came from treatment.
Пришло заявление, мне русский паспорт. Участковый не реагирует, не помогает. Я уже устала от вас. Ваши бригады, все, не надо.
Ваши вещи,
Они пойдут на помойку.
Ты меня поняла?
Ты
меня поняла?
Оставь.
Почему вы ко мне на «ты»?
Вы пугаете моего ребенка. Вы пугаете моего ребенка.
Вы меня не учите, пожалуйста. Не надо прикрываться ребенком.
Оставьте мою воду, оставьте покой, оставьте меня. Оставьте.
They're basically fighting, and by the way, her Russian's really, really good for someone who's not native.
Yeah,
and
right? Well, I mean, she was born there, so.
What, she was born there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought she moved there.
No.
At any rate, she's saying like, stop hiding behind your child, and she says you're scaring my child. They were threatening to throw her clothes out, onto the street and into the trash and shit.
Why would the neighbors have access to her clothes? I was asking this because people in chat were saying that they thought the fight was like over the black lady like leaving stuff in the hallway, like between the apartments, and they were like, well, that's common in Russia. People leave stuff there all the time.
Yeah, that was part of the context that I got as well, is that if she's leaving her clothes, the girl or the woman said, we're gonna throw them in the trash, and she's like, I'm scared, you're scaring my child. And she's like, stop hiding behind your child.
Well, I mean, like, and I said, like, in the US, right, like, if people are leaving stuff in the stairwell, that's typically like, you know, poor neighbor behavior. But people in my chat said, like, no, that's common in Russian apartment.
So that's how they got asked if allegedly, if she's leaving her clothes, if this translation is right, and if it's right, if she's leaving her clothes in the hallway, that's how they got access to her clothes. So that answers that first question I had. But how are they shutting off, you know, like locking gates and shutting off the electricity? So I don't know how apartments are set up in Russia, but
blocks.
I wouldn't know. When I visited my aunt and we lived in well, I stayed at their, apartment style block. I never saw shit out there apart from like shoes and maybe like, I don't know, like a bucket or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. It might be like something that I just don't know.
They could just be like really angry for some reason. They're just taking it out on the first person they saw.
True. Okay, we can keep going.
Я замучилась ваших клиентов, не трогай, у меня ребенок в руках. Я пытаюсь выйти, напали на меня жена и муж. Это взрослый, большой мужчина и большая женщина. Прям напал меня, я тебя уничтожу, черножопая. Прям мне слова говорят плохие.
Я последний раз отсюда.
She's basically crying and saying that grown people attacked her and called her a black ass. Like, I'm translating word for word.
Yeah.
Which is a derogatory term used for black people.
Unfortunate. But also, isn't she a grown adult? Why would she call them, like, grown people?
I don't know. They're just I don't know. I guess it's like, oh, they're acting like children, that kind of thing.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like, so far, I'm sympathizing with the situation, because it's like, she seems to be baselessly attacked by these people.
Yeah, absolutely, okay.
Это стоит на моей стенке, снимай дальше.
Я не могу выйти и входить в свою квартиру. Напугает моего ребенка.
Кого? Он пуганный, плачет, бедняжка, да, зайка? Ты плачешь, да? Плачешь, зайка?
Я хочу сделать лайв, потому что
Okay, pause. That bottle that you just saw was apparently right in front of her door, and if you can rewind a little bit, you can see that their doors are kind of paralleling each other. Or not paralleling, but like they're right next to each other, and she's pissed at her for leaving it there in the way, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, they have like that green door between what I'm guessing is their apartment, so it's like they each have their own little like landing thingy.
It's like, if I understand correctly, it's like a door for the two people or the people living in that section.
Yeah. And
then everybody has their own door, so this common landing, as you called it, is that space that they share, right? So,
yeah.
Like, and then that was heavy, too. Like, you saw it.
Yeah.
Big water bottle thing.
A big heavy bottle.
But still, I don't understand why they beat her up or like what's going on. Like,
yeah. I mean, I watched the video through once, and like I don't know when she got beat up. Obviously, after she stopped recording, but.
It's kind of like she's asking for help. She might go live. Help with her kid and stuff.
Help with her kid.
Saying, she wants to go live and have people help her and stuff.
Oh.
That's what she's saying.
Well, that makes sense. Because I think I don't know if she said it yet, but like the posts that had been translated into English were saying that like she was asking for help from the police and they wouldn't do anything about it.
Yes, that was right at the start. Yeah, the subtitles said that.
Yeah.
I missed that.
В квартиру, как положено в России. Нет, это моя стенка.
I know, my love. Баба Яга. Замки меняет. Свет мы отключает. Коляску выбрасывает.
The woman that is the quote-unquote attacker said, "This is my wall, don't put shit in front of it," or whatever. And she's saying like, you're making it's kind of like interpreted as you're making a big deal out of nothing and you're scaring my child and stuff.
That's our wall, comrade.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, if someone's putting their huge fucking bottle next to my door, I guess I'd be pissed too. I wouldn't lash out at them violently, but like I'd be annoyed for sure.
I mean, I guess it depends on if like this is a pattern, right? Like how many times has that bottle been put there, you know?
Yeah, I've had it happen before.
Well, yeah, so this is kind of a messed up situation, man. So it looks like they were fighting. The people were annoyed with her for leaving stuff in the hallway, putting that big old water bottle in front of their door. That has given them no reason for that lady and her husband to attack that lady like that. That is wild. Okay, so do you think it's racism, or do you think they was just mad? saying whatever, like a lot of people say, like a lot of Black people say whatever they want to say when they want to say it. What do you think about it? Because my thing is this just highlights a bigger issue that we have with this whole notion of people not liking America, thinking they can go somewhere else and have the freedoms that they have. We so spoiled that we think we oppressed. We think we not free. You got the LGBT thinking they being persecuted just because we don't want them infiltrating our kids and with that ideology. But we really don't care what you do. Just let these kids be kids. And it's really just the tease and all of that, with the drag queens and story time and men and women's sports and castrating little kiddos like at 8 and all that, letting them make these type of decisions. You got the Black people thinking they oppressed. You got they oppressed, like they still being lynched or something and chased. Now you got them thinking that they gonna be sent back to Africa or something, because you got people getting them emotionally wound up about the deportation. It's like so much, but we really spoiled. There's no way they can do all the stuff they do, tear up this country and yell and scream and say they hate America and the president in another country. Not gonna happen without repercussions. So appreciate where you at, especially my Black people. Like, we love to say how our ancestors built this country, but you hate what they built. You don't claim it. This is where you at. If you say you're a Christian and you love God, this is the place. Then you say you trust him. This is where he has you in this time and place. So quit being so quick to run everywhere, and then honestly, when you look at the data, we just talking about the police shootings, more police have unalived more unarmed white people than they have Blacks. It's statistically true. And okay, yes, of course, we 13% of the population, but if you look at the other data and want to talk about the violent crimes, it makes sense, because we only 13% of the population, but we're committing 50% or some of them violent crimes. That's wild. And we commit them on each other. But nobody want to talk about that. So with that being said, another young lady telling her story about trying to move to Africa, and she regretted, and now this lady regretting it. And so let's just see. I'm telling you, America is great right now for this time and place, for the time that we in. This where we at. Make America great again.
I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks, the bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that shit called that be coming down? The bullshit animals. It's scorpions outside the house. It's big ass spiders. It's big ass lizards. Colorful lizards you ain't never seen before. All in the fucking room with you, sleeping with you. All the bullshit people trying to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich. So they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this shit. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below, because for me, I'm ready to go. And I always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be. And I'm going to go out to Africa and make shit happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office and all the stuff that I was going to do out here. And
not capitalism. Is that what you want to come back to? A racist, capitalist country. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all love to be like, I want to go to Africa, even though they the ones that sold y'all here. Nobody want to talk about that either.
In America, steady electricity, and the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got it so good now, we got prepaid electricity, so if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing, and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This shit right here didn't come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong. When I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love the people. But when I come back to reality, when you come back home, home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable. You're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. To live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheeps and old malnourished cows.
So, yeah, moral of the story is we are all American. We all American. So we need to get out of this notion that we all separate. We all this. At the end of the day, this is the soil we own. And we got to come to some type of common ground. And that's just for real. So, like I said, the story of the Francine lady, like I said, it's just a problem of a broader issue, the Blaxit or whatever idea that seeking to leave the United States for a better life, this may not just be all what it's cracked up to be. So it's a cautionary tale. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Do you think, I don't know. I think it was low-key racism. They don't want her there. She don't belong. She don't look like, but am I going to say just calling her a black ass automatically makes them racist? No, I think just the context of the full thing. It could be racism. I don't know. Y'all let me know. That's what we hear. Let's get some ideas from them. What do y'all really think it is? You think they just pissed off because she leave a bunch of bull crap in the hallway in front of their door? Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. And I'm out. I'm out. Have a good day. Bye.
Oh, 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 oh.